Let's talk about the wrap session, review and plan. The more salespeople that you hire on board, the harder it is to put your arms around it, because not only are you managing the salesperson, you're managing the back office, operations, production, graphic design, install, everything else. And so what I like to do is change the model up a little bit, and I have the salesperson reporting this information to me. So it's no longer me doing an interrogatory, it's me actually listening to what they're saying and making coaching notes as I go through it. So whether you do it weekly, every other week, etc., here's the example. You say, these are the 7 things that I want you to share with me. So just like the franchisor put the franchisee in business, now the franchisee is putting his or her outside sales rep in business. You're kind of like their banker. And so don't you want to know that at least on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, you've got your finger on the pulse of how well your investment is doing? So the review and plan session is a good way to do that. So you say to the salesperson, I want you to walk me through this. How many appointments or networking events did you take place in the previous week? How much time was spent on that? How much time did you spend dedicated to prospecting or new business development? How many new opportunities did you uncover? And oh, by the way, how much business did you sell? Then the next 3 questions focus on the next week or the next 2 weeks, depending upon the increment that you're doing here. How much business are you expecting to sell? How many appointments do you have? And how much time do you have dedicated to prospecting? So let me make sure that we're clear. We don't want just lip service here. We don't want them telling you what they think you want to hear. If they're going to dedicate time for prospecting and new business development, doesn't need it to be in their calendar. It needs to be on their smartphone or their iPad or their iPhone or whatever they're using, because there's always things that can take away, always things that can get in the way of them doing the things that are most important to them. So the wrap session is you're listening to what they say, and if they give you some information that you want to drill down on, you do. If they have some areas of weakness that you can point out, you do. Now, what we have to do if we're going to do this effectively is we also want to make sure that we understand when business is going to close and when we should start seeing the receivables come in. This is an example that I've done with several franchise partners here, and we just tried to make it very simple. Step 1 or stage 1 in a forecasting model is we've identified and qualified the prospect. Stage 2 is we know who the key players are or who the key decision makers are. Stage 3, we know who the current provider is and what they're offering. Stage 4, we were able to create competitive differentiation from fast signs. 5, we understand how they buy. Stage 6, we submit the estimate. Stage 7, we close the deal. Now, why is it important to use something standardized like this? Well, watch. If you've got multiple salespeople on your team and